Thinking out loud to myself right now, so ignore me.
Ignoring Schmade. Got it. Chat, how are you today? It's just me today commentating. There's no one else here. I'm only kidding. Schmade, don't leave.
I'm good. I've sorted what I was doing. Discord pop-up player is very funky because if I want just the full screen, it has the whole layout as well. So if I put it over the actual Twitch stream, so I have the chat to the right of it, I don't really get a full screen for what I'm after. Oh well, it's only a slight difference, but I want my thing to be full screen. Scott is trying the shot cancel climb. Monkey posted about this in the Fusion Discord. Supposedly very slightly faster. What's funny is that it's actually something I posted about a while ago. Got told it now, probably not faster. And I'm like,
There we go. Race time is up.
Why is it faster now? That's probably because I'm bad and I can't execute it as quickly as probably should do to make it quicker. Yeah, I mean, this game's still getting a lot of optimization. It's funny. It's almost Friday for me. I for some reason misjudged the time for this. I thought it was midnight, but it was 11 p.m.
Oh boy.
But that's I was still on Discord, so it didn't really matter. It was just that's good for me though, because it means that this race ends an hour earlier than I expected, which means I actually go to bed at a decent time instead of an hour later than I would have.
Well, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it works out for me. Works out quite good. For a sweep's true. Alright, looks like we're ready and up. Scotty is on the file select screen. I'll wait for Barry to maybe get back, I'm not sure.
There we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The timer is going in race time, and we are ready to go to commentate this outstanding, amazing race. Schmade, me, Adam, aka WX Fan 21, aka Weather Fan 21, here on commentary. No tracker today because this is an any percent tournament. As much as I think Schmade and I would love this to be, I don't know, a rando tournament.
I'm definitely an 80% guy over rando. Rando is fun, but 80% is where I'm at.
Yeah, there you go. I love it. All right, and the racers are getting ready. We'll have their timers start ticking down here in a few seconds.
My mic be turned up a little bit. I could probably do that manually by myself.
I mean, I think you sound fine.
Where is my voice and video? Oh, input volumes max. Whoops. Okay.
I hear nothing in Discord, so that's not good.
So we're setting off and a go. So good luck to these runners. We need to change the layout really quickly. Sound fine to you? Cool. I could probably just have my mic a little bit closer. Let me just custom options.
We have no audio inputs. Chat will work on it.
So I need the scene changing as well. So both clients going fine. I didn't actually see Scotty's, I'm just assuming. But judging by the fact he's in the room at 39, I'm guessing, yeah, that went fine. Barry in there too. We need the scene changing. How do I do that? I want to change the scene. Player and commentator is not ready.
I pinged the volunteer.
Alright.
It's alright. We got this, so we'll commentate this. We are going to wing this, chat.
Yeah.
So we already see Scotty. Why does this not surprise anybody? How fast Scotty's already made it out of quarantine room. Oh,
yeah, about 3
okay.
seconds. Just need
Cryhard's petting apparently wants to pet Pat.
No, we need the scene changing. We need the sync by 2 seconds, I think. 3 seconds.
Yeah, I pinged the volunteer. We should be getting a volunteer in here shortly.
Cool.
So sorry, chat. We'll get some audio inputs and whatnot.
I've not used the layouts thing before, so I'm not sure what the hell I'm doing with it.
There we go. I switched us to race layout. We're good. We just need a different
okay,
cropping, and we're big chilling.
We chilling. Switch on the what you call it? So there we go. It's got his very grayscaled self in the top right corner. Baria is a PS controller, PS4 controller.
Mm-hmm.
But
Alright.
generally only like a late second or so.
If none of you play on a GBA controller, first of all, you're doing it wrong. I'm only kidding.
I play GameCube controller, so it's funny. So Baria is about 3 seconds behind. Let's see how that ends up going for a gap. Let's see what Scotty goes for in this run. He could go for some foolishness. Right, so ice, yes. It'll be very funny.
Have we mentioned Scotty's cracked at this game?
Well, considering he's on a 249 missile.
I mean, we haven't synced up. Baria also at a 249, so we gotta sync these streams up too.
Yeah. Scotty, I'm not sure what happened, but 249 is not really due.
Yeah, bro, Coda. Really good point in chat. How do you control stick?
Ah, easy. It's so good. So this game's 8. You've got 8 axes to aim for, and GameCube controller is 8 notches, so it actually kind of works out quite well.
Oh, that works. All right, so here we go. We're going to be coming up to our first couple missile packs here. Both runners should be able to pick these right on up. And then we'll be coming up to our first boss, which is Arachnus. Now, Arachnus and the first couple eye doors, Schmade, we really need to be concerned about RNG. The first couple eye doors, since we don't have charge beam yet, which will... Yeah, it'll be just the amount of beams. And Scotty misses the first double, but gets the second.
Only one beam on the eye door. Doubles, gotta line up your missiles. You've got to shoot and spin at the same time, so your missile lines up backwards, and then fire the second one so it's on the same frame. Baria not getting on. Scotty getting on. Baria getting a couple of beams as well, so falling a little bit more behind by RNG slightly. And now we're synced.
Arachnus. Nice double. So the thing with Arachnus is you don't want Arachnus to go in its ball form. Unfortunately, Baria gets RNG'd by Arachnus. There we go, chat. We're getting some volume.
And there we go. 4-3-2 for Baria, 4-2-2 for Scotty. About 10 seconds apart from first boss. Cleanly done there on the exits for Scotty. Oh, I'm missing the shot cancel. He is human after all. I mean, judging by the pace right now, he's very much human because...
Listen, Scotty hasn't taken that CAPTCHA test yet, alright? Chat wanted the CAPTCHA test the other day.
I mean...
So we're working on it. Your audio should be working here very shortly. Scotty is just a machine. I mean, let's face it.
Alright, missing the door fix there. Not gonna just thread through.
And here we go. We are synced up. So timers are now synced up. Baria a little bit behind here.
Scotty's experimenting a little bit with some of the newer stuff with Team posted. He does miss the ledge grab, but goes for the... Still goes for the strat regardless. So it was seen... It was posted like not like today that supposedly ledge hopping, landing, and then jumping up to shot cancel off a platform is very slightly faster than double ledge hop, which is like the standard. We've always seen people go for that. I think Baria ended up doing it as it's because he also skips main deck missile. Both of these do skip main deck missile. They do 20 through sector 1, but very slightly different strats being showcased. One of them like pretty much done today, and the other one like a classic staple strat for climbing that room. And both of them on the lift, different lifts though. Scotty's into sector 1, Baria on his way to the second one, going into 1.
Baria about 10 to 15 seconds behind Scotty at this point. This is going to come out to, you know, Baria might be able to save a little bit of time here on Scotty if Scotty gets RNG'd from this next eye door.
Yeah.
And you're going to see these racers skip one of the stabilizers as well, and they'll get that on their way back.
That's because you can one-shot it with charge beam.
Rather than 3-missiling it. So, once we get the charge beam, Schmade will tell us a little bit more about the dynamics of the...
Oh yeah, definitely.
The charge beam here, because, quite frankly, I'm still learning a bit more about it, but I know it is kind of OP. Not as OP as the plasma beam. We'll get to that later.
So, Scotty doing the crouching strat. So, with that strat, there's 2 different patterns for that stabilizer on entry. It can rise or it can drop. If you enter the room and notice it rising, you can crouch on the little slope that you land on, fire 2 across, run off, fire 1 more, and it'll kill that stabilizer really quickly. Baria getting the descending pattern, so he jumps across to the platform right in front of the stabilizer, killing it there instead. So, 2 different patterns and 2 different strats for the patterns showcase though. And running through the Rhino room. Onto the pirate fort. What's gonna happen here? Oh, he misses his morph, takes a hit. Spraying missiles! What's happening? Very funky movement, and it's put his resources in a really bad spot. Although, only 1 health pickup to max health, and quite a lucky missile drop as well. Double missile, but interesting.
Missiles, missiles, missiles.
Yeah, I need max missiles. Triple missiles in the room, huh? Okay. No health pickups in sight. And Scotty getting the climb pretty milled on. A few rooms between each other. And it's set on 4 for Baria. He should be able to farm a couple of resources in this pirate room. So I don't think it should be too much of a problem unless he gets shot, which he does, but he does get the drop confirmed before he ends up.
Here we go. There were those beams. Baria's so far behind though.
Yeah, he's quite a lot behind, and Scotty about 3 beams makes it in. And
are we going to see Scotty trap this Clorix into that ledge? Nope.
No, that strat is slow, and it's also the hardest one to get doubles with, ironically. But he does get the sweet spot double.
Nice
about a 9 flat charge time.
Oh,
really
nice
good.
double from Baria. No beams. Baria comes back with a little bit of time. Nicely done.
Yep,
Great RNG from
Baria.
Baria.
But let's see if he has to get the doubles next.
Yep. Scotty with just a beautiful charge shot on that stabilizer X.
Yeah, only gets the 1 double, but gets the sweet spot. Scotty's exiting the first stabilizer on the way up to the last one, which is actually a pretty interesting one, because the way the very quick climb as well. So the way these stabilizer rooms work is they're on steam cycles. I think it's to do with the visual in the background. So this room, Scotty going up really cleanly. And what you want to do is you want to do this room quick enough to where you beat the steam cycle, because they're on intervals of 3 seconds. So if you end up missing a steam cycle, you lose 3 seconds. And Scotty doesn't do so, so he gets through the room after. And I think it's a 16-second room if you get it ideally. It doesn't have to be optimal or anything like that, so long as you're still beating the steam cycle. We'll see if Baria gets it. But I don't think so. We'll have to see. You can tell by when you get to the door. And he does not. So he doesn't get the steam cycle skip. Scotty does, and that's a good few seconds difference between the 2.
The one thing you'll see the runners do too is they'll be like, well, why did they pass up that energy tank? Because it takes like 5 to 7 seconds away from your run.
Yeah, that one's a particularly slow one. That's about 4-ish frames. No, 4-ish seconds for that one. 4 frames. Look, 4-ish seconds for that
4
one.
frames.
I know, right? But it's about 4-ish second one, and there's another couple of E-tanks much sooner, and you don't really need too much health at this stage, realistically.
They didn't want me confusing the chat. Schmade over here, 4 frames instead of 4 seconds.
Yeah, there's quite a large difference between the 2. So,
Wow.
Scotty on the way into 2, Baria on the way out of 1, and...
Excuse me. I'm only giving you a little crap, Schmade. So this is going to be interesting because we're coming up to, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, Schmade. The only other boss that we really have to worry about with RNG until Yakuza.
Ceres is one, but Ceres you can deal with the patterns. We'll talk about that a little bit more when we get there.
Right. Well, Ceres you can also like two-shot.
Yes.
The problem is with this next boss particularly, Zazabi, is the amount of hops that you get. There's no way to manipulate the RNG. It's just something you have to deal with.
Yeah, so it can go in interval. So each round, it's a chance of 0 hops to 3. Next round is 1 hop to 4. Last round is 2 hops to 5. Granted, you don't end up messing up during those phases, but that's not too hard to do. So the best... Oh, yeah, I got from Scotty. But the best is 3 jumps. So you're guaranteed 1 jump on the second round and 2 jumps on the last round. And then the very final phase is when it's vulnerable, but it's like RNG on how long it takes to jump. And Barry getting a high part. I'm gonna have to deal with the Zora, but he doesn't actually manage to do so. He ends up not hitting the Zora entirely. And both runners doing a bit of a high five as Scotty leaves blue doors. Barry on the way to them. And it's the same pattern that Scotty ended up R-shooting, so that pattern is not really ideal. Scotty missing that frame perfect jump. That pattern's not really ideal because you have to deal with it. If the Zora's going low, you can just jump right over it. If it's high, you have to end up dealing with it. You have to kill it before you can start jumping up. And that's what Baria had to do. So, Scotty, piss! Too bad. For his standards, it's kind of whatever. Baria, good distance behind. However, a little bit of mess in this bomb segment. And still gonna get bombs at around a 13.48 or something around that area. Oh, I'm going for the frame perfect, but just about missing out. Yeah, almost a 4.8, 4.7. Close enough. Clean movement to Scotty going through this part. Managing to get the charge shot before you land, killing that Zoro. Barrier on his way out of bombs. Oh, that's not what I'm going to start doing. Cheers, Scotty. Ooh, quite a bit of missed movement from Scotty during this segment. It's making a fair few like small execution errors, like missing shot cancels very slightly, missing a couple of his hooker jumps and whatnot. But it doesn't really matter too much because he just keeps it going. Alright, going through at this room as well, pretty decently well. And Scotty is on his way to, as we spoke about earlier, Zazabi. Play the idol, throwing out a beam, throwing out another beam, and another beam. Oh, we're gonna get 4. No, we're not, so can't get the worst possible RNG, but it'd be very funny if he gets the worst from Zazabi.
I mean, even Scotty's game wants Barrier to catch up.
Oh, definitely. We'll have to see what Barrier gets, but he has a really good chance.
Yep, and there's a 2.
Oh, Max jumps on the
3!
First round.
Okay.
4 jumps at the moment. Max jumps first round with a 3 beam is a lot of tiles just from luck. Okay, but
well, he gets a 2.
Yep.
Or was that a 1? Ooh, Baria. Okay. Baria gets the energy before Zazabi.
And he has Scotty on a 6 jump. Oh, it's taking a while to actually jump on the last part. But 6 jumps, 3 beams. Let's see what happens with Baria. There's a 3 jump.
Wow!
This is good. What the hell? Oh, he's getting jumped to oblivion. I think that's now 5 jumps, so 7. And let's see what happens for Scotty at 6. 9. 9 jump on Zazabi for Barrier. That's not ideal at all. 0 beam, 9 jump. The RNG just sort of evening out around each other. See Scotty's sex skip. Okay. Makes it over, and he's through.
What nice sack skip from Scotty.
Indeed. Does get shot. Does get the last shot, so it's not as quick as it possibly could have been, but it's still a clean sack skip. He's through, and his run carries on. Barry's got a fair bit of catching up to do now. Missing a double as well, actually, while Scotty was doing that sack skip.
I don't think Baria does the sack skip.
He does, but I'm not sure if he'll go for it in a race.
I mean, we saw it. I mean, like I said, we saw it during the FPIS Destructor race. Destructor hit it, FPIS got caught.
Yeah,
and we will see here if Baria chooses to go for that skip. Baria.
Missile, but...
Oh my goodness. Baria's.
Oh,
Baria. Why you do that to chat?
I mean, in this setting, it's understandable not going for it, but you want to keep your run going, especially against Scotty. It's like, you might as well just keep your run just going, because you don't know what will happen. If you don't do it, you don't die, and by some freak incident, Scotty ends up dying throughout the run, and it's worth not going for it at that point.
Thunder. Chat says coward.
Thunder goes for it. He'd always go for it. So, on the way out of Sector 2 for Baria, and Scotty's on the way to 4.
Yeah. No, Baria is most certainly not a coward, but yeah, you definitely want to do that in a race setting. Yeah, Baria may have learned from, you know, the other game between FPIS and Destructor, just take the 8 seconds as opposed to a 17-minute loss.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so here we go.
Go to reset, carry on. It's about 17-ish minutes into the run, so... Or 16, depends on how your Zabi goes, but it's so far in that in this sort of scenario, you might as well be a forfeit if you've died to sex, so...
Yep.
It is worth... It's worth going for if it's like a really close race and you want that little bit of difference. Got missing that little jump on the way up. On the way to 4.
Scotty and Baria may or may not be talking smack to each other. Both are in the Metroid Fusion race room.
Could be. Never know.
So, I mean, this is definitely interesting. Now, Schmade, you and I alluded to it earlier. We alluded to the Ceres fight. One of the most... I'm going to call it interesting only because typically with the Ceres fight, you know, you typically have a lot of patterns if you're a casual runner. In speed running, one technique that has been discovered is the charge beam to the face of Ceres, but you have to hit it. I think it's the exact frame of Ceres' face, or one frame away.
Really. It's not that precise. Because the flare hitbox extends a fair bit forward, so you do have a decent amount of leniency. But ideally, you shoot Ceres. You shoot Ceres close enough to where the flare hits, and so the both hits of the charge hit, because Ceres only has 50 health. The entirety of charge does, I think it's 26 or 27, so you're getting easily over 50 health. You can two-shot Ceres, and it becomes a very quick fight, but RNG aspect is a thing as well. Ceres can give you patterns. Scott is losing time at 1940. But Ceres has patterns that are kind of RNG. You can deal with them. I'm actually getting a good one.
Scotty with the 2-shot, and there we go. It's exactly what we were saying. As long as you shoot it right in the face and you don't really miss it, you can do it with no problem. And Scotty just showing off now.
Yeah,
nice Ceres fight. Now, here's the thing. Are we going to see reverse Ceres from Scotty?
Most likely, he does go for it. So...
Oh, here we go.
There we go. Reverse
Here we go.
Out from Scotty, and we're very likely going to see a high five again. Very funny if he drops it.
And there it is! Nice escape! They high five on the way, Scotty on the way out, Baria on the way in.
Baria getting a beam, and same RNG, both getting a one beam at Ceres' door, in at 2044. Ceres is about a 30-second boss, I want to say, about around that area.
Yeah. Oh, nice from Baria!
Here's the first one. We're going to see a reverse of Scotty's pattern. No, double quick. And I guess same
no, Baria!
What's he going to do? Good recovery though, reacts to the straight ahead. He got the same pattern 3 times.
The flick for Baria.
Yeah, very
I don't care if that's a Counter-Strike term, that was a flick. That was wonderful, that was a pretty shot. And yeah, this will be great. So the only two runners made, to my knowledge, that we have seen pull out reverse zeros are Scotty and Monkey.
Yeah, those are the only two at the moment in this tournament who do it. JRP is another one who goes for reverse zeros, but he's not part of this tournament, so it's only those two we'll be seeing it from. So
until we see you break it out in your next run.
Oh, I can't do it. I can't get the last jump. But reverse zeros is a trick that saves around 4 or 5-ish seconds, I think it was added up to. But the risk is if you mess it up, you lose a lot of time very quickly. It's very hard strat to recover as well. So that's why not many people go for it, except for those at the very top end of the game. You can see with baria going through the other way. And basically reverse zero skips you going all the way around it. You land, you go out of Ceres, you basically just land straight at this room. Are we going for the diagonal strat and on his way? Will we get 2 for 2 for low height, or will he not for it? We'll see. Let's see, 2 for 2. Oh, I pressed it there too early.
No! It's okay. We're still going to get the speed booster right on out with absolutely no problem. So Scotty's going to make their way over here to Sector 3 Pyre. And the interesting thing about this sector is we come back twice. We come here, we're going to unlock the level 2 hatches, we're going to go ahead and fight Xbox One. However, the second time we come back here is one of chat and everyone's favorite time. It's the emergency sector, and we'll talk more about that later. That is definitely one of the more technical portions of any of the Any percent runs, and we'll get into a bit more technicalities later.
Although speaking of technical, Scotty may be going for something on the way in. We'll see if he gets it. Okay, no, he doesn't. He doesn't go for it. Yeah, so what you can do there is store a Shine Spark on landing. Australia's speed boost on landing. Drop down. Ah, what's he doing? Oh no, he doesn't store his spark. He tries it too early, he misses his spark, so he has to redo the room. That's a lot of, that's like, loses just like 5 seconds just gone for pressing down too early. That's a very funny mistake from him. But, yeah.
Wait, Scotty makes mistakes?
Yeah.
He's human. Scotty is now just putting his foot on the gas pedal and basically wants to run baria over at this point, metaphorically speaking. And Scotty is going to... I'm interested if Scotty will score the Shine Spark here. Nope,
he
doesn't.
Missing his
doesn't go for the swag strat. So you can store a Shine Spark. Yeah, you can store a Shine Spark there. And because they're combo blocks, take the Shine Spark, go into the next room, and then just Shine Spark up Red Tower. I believe it saves about a second.
Yeah, it's about a second, and the risk of missing it is 10 seconds. Yeah, this part has a fair few speed boost parts that can lose a lot of time. He essentially bump skip, he does every single run. But there's a lot of Shine Spark tricks that can lose a lot of time if you miss them. But they're not too hard to do, and there's alternatives to not opting for them. So
and there we go. Level 2 hatches now unlocked for baria as Scotty gets his super missiles.
And Data Spark as well. Speaking of Shine Spark tricks, Data Spark. I think that saves around a second. It's not really too important, but Alright, missing the pillar, and Scotty gonna go for a quick kill. Let's see how he does it. One round. And
nice.
Very solid fight from Scotty, and he's on his way out. Quick kill on bot. That strat's very high risk. The way he does it is very clean. What he does is he jumps out, shoots his last missile down, so he goes fed into box as he's shooting. But the risk with that strat is since box does 45 damage each time you hit it, you can take a lot of damage if it ends up snowballing, going wrong. You can't jump out. Scotty doing it 2 rounds with only 2 hits. Baria, very likely. I don't think baria opts for it. I think he missed the good jump as well. Not sure. Didn't quite catch it. Chat, did baria get the good jump? The good jump's one of his own strats. It's just to avoid doing Data Spark, and it's so funny. So basically, the good jump involves A frame-perfect jump that requires a 50-50 coin flip door oscillator. I can't remember what door oscillating is. I just know it's something very, very, very awkward. Alright,
So what you're saying is we have Scotty being Scotty.
No, this is Baria's strat. And basically, the good jump is not a good jump at all, because it's a really bad strat. Baria's having a really hard time with box, though.
Yeah, this is uncharacteristic of Baria, I would think.
Yeah, he's usually pretty fine on box, but that's a really tough fight for him. Misses up the opener, and he's out of missiles as well, so he's forced to grab the missile in 6. There's a lot of errors right now for his play here. It's going to be really awkward to do, and the side hopper gives him a very kind pattern though, so no extra hits there. Bit of a rough spot, but makes it out, just about. Not going for the very weird short extend that skips that ledge there. But, rough sector 3 from Baria. However, he is out. With plenty of resources to make sector 6 pretty safe. Scotty? How did he not get his chance back? What happened?
Scotty's gonna be really careful. He only 77 HP.
Yeah, he can take one of the ice X's, but I really don't know how he didn't get a speed boost. I'm guessing he bonked one of the doors on the way out, but oh well.
Possible.
Hopefully he's giving us some pretty rough run, I guess we'll say. Baria, pretty hard. Oh, pretty...
Oh! Okay,
getting through. Yeah, I love that strat. So you jump over, you basically do like a jump extension shot cancel into the wall, and you end up landing straight onto the floor. And it's a pretty cool trick, it saves a lot of time. Usually the thing people miss with that strat is the spin jump going down. So the spin jump is so you break spin, you end up having a bit of height, which extends your jump, which makes you land as you break through the platforms. Otherwise, if you don't do that spin, you'll end up likely grabbing ledge or not breaking enough blocks. And you'll end up... Oh, is he going to go through the skip? Oh, he does, but at least he falls down and he doesn't end up extending his jump too much. So, no death. He's going... Yeah, that trick is really...
Easy sacks escape for Scotty.
Yeah, ends up messing up, so it makes it easy.
Oh no!
You're getting comboed. Fortunately, it's after the E-Tank, and also fortunately, didn't actually get his tax here. So, Baria again, speed boost. It's very funny, this run's a mess for Scotty, and there's a lot of things that Baria's doing there. But he has
for the missile first, has no ammo left.
Yeah, no ammo, forced into picking that up. That's one of the risks of missing the data room missile. Clean 4-shot from Scotty.
Yep. And looks like a double too.
Yep. Oh, only two doubles, missing the last one. But cleaning it up with a sweet spot.
Yeah, this is the point in the run where these core Xers, you need 3 doubles in a row or start destroying.
Yeah. Baria, a bit of an awkward room, but he does make it down. He ended up shooting up instead of... Okay. Hey,
Baria!
Oh, that was scary. What the heck?
What was that? I think you missed 2 X's by a couple of frames, dude!
Ended up spin jumping by accident trying to do a spark. That was great. That was a hot stopper. What the heck?
Swag strats over here from Baria.
But yeah, just about alive. I think he would have got tripled there. Got to go and puff it. On the way over. Very interesting D-boost. That looks intended. But making it out for the set encounter for Baria. He's gonna get his missile now. Because he had the resources to do so. Gets hit by a puffer on the way.
Yep. Nice clear from Baria. No double attack from the cold X's for him. No beams for Baria too. Any time save at this point, Baria's going to be very happy with.
Yeah. I think both of these two, though, having pretty difficult sector 6s. Baria's not too bad, but having to pick up the missile is definitely some time loss. Also, obviously that X encounter, but missing a couple of strats too.
Nice
Also,
4 round
however,
from Baria.
just missed the first double, gets the second. Misses that third one, but it's only one more double away. Oh, no, he didn't realise he missed one of them. So only one double from Baria, gets a decent enough sweet spot, and gets his pretty gross Varia suit. I don't know who looked at the colour palette of the suit and thought, yes, that's a yellow colour I want in my game. It's kind of gross. Oh, I was thinking. Like, I kind of get that I don't want orange so they can differentiate from the sacks, but there's better shades of yellow, right?
So, we're going to be going now here in Sector 5 Arc, the first time of 3 times that we're going to come back to this sector.
Yeah, I think this is the only sector you enter 3 times in the game.
Correct.
I probably misread.
For any percent, anyway.
Yeah, for any percent, definitely. I think even still in Hundo, it's the most visited sector.
Well, this is the only sector that's going to have an actual data room that we can use in any percent from here on in. Except for Sector 4, which is locked behind, level 4 locks.
Baria just had a little moment there of, hang on a second, I've already picked this missile up. I went to
Lay
go.
whoopsie.
It looked like he was going to go into the hall and then realize, hang on a second, what do I do here then instead? But doesn't go into the room again, which is actually a mistake that some people end up doing when they don't realize they've picked the missile up. They've had to pick it up early because their muscle memory will take over. So I'm getting bodied by the wave as a little bit. Oh, what is he doing? He's just throwing missiles out. His resources are kind of funny right now. This is a really comical run on both sides. I'm really enjoying this. For the wrong reasons, because it's hilarious to me. I'm getting phone alarms. So, yellow does. Reverse ice? You won't? Are we gonna see it? We might do. We could do. With the way this one's going, I think he's thinking about it. He's going for it.
Reverse ice, let's go!
Can he cook? Absolutely not. No, so yeah, that's a really hard trick. It's not even just the spark storage, which is difficult. The movement onward is quite precise, plus sparking. In a save room, Scotty, please stop taking as much damage as you are. But yeah,
Baria's like, please continue to take as much damage as you are.
He needs it right now. But yeah, reverse ice, because there's a save room. Save rooms are really awkward to shine sparking, because you can end up shine sparking a little bit too high and catching the actual save platform, which will make you re-land, keep speed boosting along. It's really hard to actually react and adjust to.
That's really different.
Yeah, it definitely is. You've got to do it a little bit lower. Oh, that's stressful. Alright, getting the pretty awkward waiver pattern. And
Baria, unfortunately, at this point, is just so far behind.
But if you can just keep going, keep moving, it's still an okay pace.
Absolutely.
Getting wavered. Baria's favourite strat in the game. Stand at the wall, place the bomb, and you always only deal with 2 waivers, he says. Oh, nice strat. So, will Baria go for reverse ice? No. No, he won't. Right. But it'd be very funny. Do it. Come on, Baria, do it.
And you see Nightmare in the background now because, at least the silhouette of Nightmare, because level 3 hatches are unlocked.
Yep, and because
Chat,
he has
it's time.
ice
Chat, yep. I want to hear it. I want to see it posted loud and proud in chat. Emergency and Frankersy spam the dog emotes.
Gotta get a wall in chat. There's only one. disappointing, but
Really, chat? There's almost 100 of you in here, and there's only one person posting it? Come on, you all can do better than that!
So Baria's getting his ice missiles, and then we'll go get some Frankazis in. So what we're saying Scott is going to get for emergency time. I'm going to say if a 4-3...
Nice, let's go.
I'm going to say a 4-3-3 because you get 3 beams. Because that's the classic for emergency. You either get 0 beams or you get 3. No in between.
I'm going to go with a 4-3-2. I think there's just a little bit of a slip up here somewhere. Or a little slippage. Thank you, chat. Appreciate it. So, one thing to keep in mind, Schmid and I did allude to this earlier. We mentioned the technical piece of this. The technical piece of this section is going to become very obvious very soon. So, yeah, whereas we went up Red Tower before, we're going to head down Red Tower now, and you see Scotty just spamming missiles. And here we go, the technical part starts. We're going to use monkey bars over 3 lava pits, and with lava plumes coming up to take out Samus.
So yeah, this part is honestly one of the coolest parts of the game. It's like very quick. It's like a very quick part of just good movement. Some pretty high execution areas. Scotty getting novaed. Some scam patterns for enemies. And honestly, using ice missiles in this game is so fun, because the way ice missiles work, when you land on an enemy, as Scotty just showed just now, when you land on an enemy that's frozen, you snap to it on landing. So you can immediately act on landing on an enemy. Scotty has 3 missiles. Okay, he does manage to keep enough, and now he's at the door. 2.
Getting beamed.
3.
3!
What did I say? It's either 3 or nothing.
Well, this is definitely not a 433 or 432.
Yeah, this is it's gonna be a 4-2x.
Nice double, yeah, 427.
So 427 is gonna be the final emergency time. Baria beats that. Baria is good at emergency. He quite frequently gets like a high 4-3x. So does Scotty, except for this one time. You know, did he do the wall jump?
Again, you can't control the RNG of those eye doors, so... Baria just starting emergency, Scotty's done with emergency, so they're just one storyline part away from each other. But Scotty would just... his movement is just... he's been pulling away slowly but surely.
Yeah, it's like it's the kind of thing where Scotty's just still on on strong pace for a race setting that Baria just isn't quite there with just yet. So even though Scotty is like messing up a lot, Baria is also doing the same in some areas. So some of his earlier errors have really added up and put a bit of a gap that even when Scotty's not getting great luck or like a great segment, it's not really enough to bring him back enough. But Scotty in the stretchy climb right now, but getting over pieces and hit quite a few times as well in that room. So let's see what Baria gets. Oh, he misses his strike. He misses his missile. No! He misses his shots. Will he add up? Yep, 3 or nothing. It's just how emergency works. You get 3 or you get nothing. But that's a great example. Great demonstration. Thank you very much, game, for definitely proving my point. Totally no confirmation
bias. The game does say you're welcome.
Yep. Already missing the first double on there, but getting the second. 427. Although it was a bit of a tough segment for him. He had some difficulties in there a little bit, especially in the big room. He got hit a lot. But
so what was Baria's final time?
It was a 4-5.
Yikes.
So not great emergency times this time around for both players.
Nope, not at all.
You can run off of that move, Baria electing him to jump off. And get in the morph strat. Very nice. Deboost strat. That's one of the few deboost strats in this game. There's about 4 deboost strats that actually mean something in this game. 2 of them being in Sector 3 on the way in and out of emergency. So, Scotty.
Emergency.
On his way to free the animals now. This room. This room here that Scotty's in now, going up to animals, is one of the most satisfying rooms in the game. That shot cancel climb Scotty just did feels amazing to do quick.
Baria making nice work getting out of Red Tower.
Mm-hmm. Stretchy climb. Another room that's satisfying to get good with, to do quickly. It's one of those...
Well, Scotty, do it. Impossible strat. Let's go! And... Nice.
Nailing it. Nailing the impossible strat. And will he morph stall? No. Boo. Whee! If there's a morph stall strat, I want to see it every single time. It doesn't matter what strat, what room it is. It doesn't matter how much time you lose for missing it. I want to see the morph stall strats. They're very cool. Animals taking a decent while for Scotty here. But they're out. All three are out. And they go. Where they go, we'll see later. So, one of 25 missiles to pick up. That one's one that's like, just, some people have played it when I've seen some people newer in the game running this game, I've seen some avoid that missile tank. Either they don't know it's there or they think it's really great. But that's one of those that's like definitely one you do pick up in your route. Especially if you're like, it's just on the way down anyways. So instead of just going out one way from the top, you might as well fall and pick up an item on the way. So it's actually a pretty quick pickup. Yeah, it's one of those that you don't think about it until you see everyone else do it, and it's like, oh, hang on a second. So, baria on the climb. Oh, he misses the first jump, going the right side as well. And Scotty on his way out. I swear that jump is actually faster than dropping. Stay with animals. Look, Baria ends up getting, because Scotty's wasn't. Oh, he gets the impossible strat as well.
Nicely done from Baria. Are you kidding me?
Got two impossible strats on show here. And gets the storage. The funniest thing there is very slightly missing the jump. You end up sparking into the wall. By funny, I mean very annoying, because it's one of the very avoidable mistakes. I was taking a bit here, but actually I think that ended up being a slight bit better than what Scotty got.
Yeah,
So,
it looked about the same.
yeah, roughly the same. It always scares me whenever I see Samus staying there for so long. So there's actually a soft lock there. This is like one of the few places in the game with an actual soft lock. I think it's if you manually get rid of the text box on screen on the exact same frame that it automatically goes away. Samus just gets stuck. She just gets stuck looking to where the animals were. I've actually seen it once in a run. I think it was G-Direct in an actual run, and it was really funky to see in a run. It's the kind of thing that you probably never know about or never see, and the chance of it happening is extremely minimal. But usually you just mash it and get rid of the text box, so you'll never see it. That's what you do ideally. And Scotty only getting power bombs, and he's on his way down to 6 to 5 secs. Will he die this time? He's died here a few times. In races, anyways. Let's see. Actually, yeah, we did see someone die here yesterday, didn't we? Unfortunately. Okay, safer. But not picking up red. Doesn't really need it with the resources. You can pick up blue X. You'll end up getting about the same health anyways. Whoa, where's he going? He's at the bottom of the enemy, falls down. But he's back up quick enough. As Baria's on his way into Sector 5. Scotty's going to make his way out to Sector 5. Quite a fair few execution errors right now from Scotty. I noticed he missed one of the ledge grabs on the way into 5. A couple more, like misplays, just like grabbing something he couldn't. That ice enemy was kind of funky. That is rude. You do not shoot that Garuda. Or Garubus. I can't remember what they're called. That pink enemy on the top of the ceiling there. And Baria does it too. How dare you shoot that guy? That guy keeps my missile warm. Because there's a missile in the top corner there that I pick up, and no one else does. But yeah.
That is Schmade's missile now.
Yep. Do not.
So here we go. Scotty is out of Sector. We're leaving Sector 5, and the ship wants to have a few choice words with Samus.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's to do with power cell, what's going on. Also, these things are on the ship. That's in a nutshell.
Why did these random things come onto the ship? I didn't approve of this.
Well, they're not extras, so or are they? Well, no, they could be extras. That was a very nice one.
Thunder apparently is very happy about something in chat. Barry looking like I'm gonna get a nice. Yo! Barry!
May
looks like they're gonna get a really nice sack skip, and yikes.
Yeah, he manages to just get hit at the end, but it's right at the end, so he's not gonna end up getting pinned. Nice powerbomb! Insane! Okay. So, no JRP jump from Scotty, but what's going on with the powerbomb? It's really funny.
Schmade is so excited, Schmade is tripping over their words.
Listen, I love seeing people. It's very funny seeing very weird errors in this game. Are you getting hit? Don't you dare.
Scotty now just having fun pressing a ton of buttons at the same time.
And he's on the way to Yakuza. We've been talking about RNG in this game quite a bit.
Here we go.
There's idols. This
now
is...
it's Yakuza.
Yes, this boss is usually the make or break for him. This boss can give you up to 1 or 4 rounds, or 5 if you go for like a pretty newish strat. But this boss is what can usually be the difference between IPP or, well, I've just lost 20 seconds.
Yep. And the problem is, and we've seen this unfortunately with both the FPs with the most recent runs here, just some unfortunate bad RNG, and the RNG you're going to see is you need Yakuza to open up its mouth in order to be able to damage it. And the problem is if it just continues to crawl around, there's nothing... You're going to see both runners go ahead and want to get captured by Yakuza to try getting it open.
Yeah,
and here we go. Scotty has 1. Nope, so this is 2. 3.
Very high as well.
A 3-round Yakuza for Scotty, and as long as he hits it, which he does. So that's the RNG we're talking about. The amount of times it crawls around in its first phase.
Yeah. So to mitigate the time loss you get from that is you get grabbed and you mash out as quick as possible. Yep. Ideally, if Yakuza goes too low, you want to stall yourself a little bit, just so stall your mash a little bit, just so it doesn't move too much when resetting its position after each grab. So if you get grabbed really low to the ground, wait a little bit to carry you up, then start mashing out, so it only sets itself a little bit slower. It's still traveling really far if it ends up low and you mash out too soon. So Scotty turning on the backup power, and we'll have to see what bar ends up getting for Yakuza here. Scotty getting I think it was a 2-beam 3-round. Not great. Are we getting potted by pirates? What the heck? Scotty making this a little tunnel. Doesn't get the last one.
This is... Sorry.
And now it's onto another section count.
Yep. Oh, this is also called the boss run.
Yeah.
So from Yakuza to the Sax Escape to Notori to Nightmare, Xbox 2.
And then to Ridley. All in like a 20-minute sequence of the game.
Yep.
But Scotty making it through the Sax encounter. A little bit of a slight hiccup, but it's not too big of a problem.
So if you lay a bomb anywhere up on that first thing before you drop at the crumble block, the sacks will be in a different spot than it normally is if you don't lay a bomb. It'll be closer to you when you drop down, and we've seen Scotty do that.
Yeah, so what you do there is you want to space jump over it and then morph above its head height. You don't want to be too high because you'll end up bouncing on the floor, and that means that stops your momentum. Sex can shoot you. Mario with a free beam 2 round, which is the opposite of what Scotty got with his 2 beam 3 round. Okay.
Wow.
But yeah, you want to make sure you morph above head height because that'll make Sex shoot diagonally up, and then you'll morph underneath that shot, and then you can keep going.
Yep.
The other strat people do, we'll probably see Barry go for it, is, yeah, the freezing the missile strat. You don't want to lay bombs, otherwise Sex will be right over the cross and the missile strat will be awkward.
This is a nice Notori fight, and now it's just a matter of beating up this Core X.
And
Nicely done from Scotty.
Both picking up a different item at the same time. Barry's getting his spaceship, Scotty's getting his plasma beam, and Scotty is on the way to 5.
So this is why we say that Scotty is the best in the world at Metroid Fusion. He's fast at everything he does. His movement is clean, it's crisp. Not saying that every other runners isn't. Scotty's just super fast at this game.
Yeah, but you see, you just about missed the stretch there. Little bit of a strat where if you spark at the right time, it's a very, very tight window. It's like 2 frames in it. You end up deboosting off of the enemy right at the top, the rear, which will cancel your Shine Spark's end lag, or like Shine Spark's cooldown, however you want to call it. And you end up just being able to move instantly, and you'll be able to move through the enemy barrier, almost forgetting to freeze Zack. He's backed right up. He's like, oh, hang on a second, there's something I need to do here. Oh, he makes it through. He just gets shot. It's like, hang on a second, there's something you need to do here. And he's on his way out too. Barry is on his way to his problem boss. So Barry just struggles with doubles here, but could see him get them in this run. It's not really a time that's really anything for him at this stage. So it'll be interesting to see what he does here. And how the beams go. I think Scotty got 1 beam. And Barry gets 0. Getting rid of the power bomb and shooting the spores, and he's in the drink. He got eaten by a plant. So yeah, what Barry's doing here and what Scotty did in his fight is they're standing right on the far edge of this platform. It stops the spore in the top left corner from shooting, so you can basically just shoot Notori freely. Scotty going for Nightmare Space Boost. Will he cook? Will he do it? Will it work? Ooh, 4 missiles. Okay, he does good.
Scotty going for the swaggy strat.
Oh, he doesn't cook. Who let him cook?
That's a shame.
He loses. Doing that loses him like 3-4 seconds or something, missing it that early. I don't say it might not be that drastic, but it's compared to doing the actual spark, right? It's probably around 3-ish seconds.
Yeah, but 3 or 4 seconds seems about right.
Yeah, and with it being that early on, it's quite a lot of time to lose. So
unfortunately, it is.
Did not cook. Barry not getting the strat I was alluding to earlier. Scott can't be shocked into water pirate. True. You see, it was a little bit of sympathy. Gets another beam. Beams have not been too kind to Scotty, but he's still actually only getting like 1 or 2 a double. But it's still not great.
Yep, you see Scotty skipping that energy tank there.
Yeah,
they don't need it.
Yeah, it's too late in the run to worry about getting that energy tank now. So with Nightmare, one thing with Nightmare, the background has 12 sound effects. Like that's, as it's on the way up, it's like growling, and there's 12 of those. You can count those and time your shot at the end of the 12 sound effects to get your opening shot as quick as possible. You don't want it quite as quick as possible, but you want to sort of standardize the way you kill the opening part, as what Scotty does, because you get a pattern that you can do that with.
Wow.
You can get extra missiles in. As
Scotty almost had a 1-round Nightmare. Wow.
Yeah, almost a really good quick kill on Nightmare. And cleaning up the core does only get 2 doubles, but decent enough Nightmare fight. And yeah, you want to standardize your kill on the first phase, because that determines what Nightmare does on the second phase. And when it when it dropped down as low as it did there for Scotty, he was able to get like 4 extra missiles in, led it to be only 2 more missiles before killing it, before it settles. It settles slightly, but that's not really much of a thing. And still a clean demonstration of a more modern Nightmare kill method now. So that's a fight that's been getting really optimized lately. Aria getting the Nightmare balance spark this time around. And off
Aria hits
goes
it.
the longest spark in the game.
So pretty and so satisfying to watch.
Yeah, Sky was shot by the pirate. Everyone gets shot by that pirate. It's just a thing that happens. It doesn't matter if you're on the way in or you're on the way out. Well, Baria gets shot by the pirate. No, he will not. Okay. Only Baria can't get shot by the pirate. Ooh, he misses his life grab though. And no hole in one from Scotty. He does get the corner boost. Not quite exact, but he does get it slightly.
Yep, there the level 4 hatches unlocked for Scotty. This is the Samus is breaking a ton of rules part of the race that I keep joking about.
Yep, Samus going out of protocol and doing bad things.
Samus, you were like never supposed to be here. You were never supposed to see this weird looking, not Meridia, but has the baby Dragons, like,
Yeah.
things.
The Evas, they're called. Those things. Those things, you get hit by one of those, you would take a lot of damage, and you can get chained by them a little bit as well. Make lower 4 kind of awkward. It's got him missing the free strat to take another hit.
Here comes Baria's Nightmare fight.
Mm-hmm.
1,
See what
2,
strat goes.
3, and nicely done. And here we go. Now we'll see if Baria can attempt missing that plasma shot. See how many missiles you can get before you get taken out. The monkey bars.
What is his resources so low? Did he skip the red X?
Baria's?
Yeah,
I don't
his
know.
resources are a lot lower than I'd have expected.
Yep, Baria
Okay,
electing
maybe
the 2-round Nightmare.
Yeah, maybe I was miscounting or something, but it did look like his were a bit low. But the 2 doubles, will he triple?
Aria hitting their doubles.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
missed that one though. As soon as they said it.
And there we go.
It was a really nice Nightmare fight though from Baria.
Yeah, not a bad one at all. Did slightly miss the shots in the opener, but cleaning it up does get a fit. Patterning can deal with quite comfortably, cleaning the fight up.
Scotty
Once
now
again.
retrieving the diffusion missiles that she was not supposed to get.
Yeah. At the same time, Barry is getting his gravity suit and on his way to. Oh, he mixes his buttons. Does the spark before the shot and right into the wall. Okay. Everyone gets shot by that pirate. Apparently, it's just the thing that happens. Okay, sure. Listen, this is just a bump in the road for Baria. Yeah, he'll bring it through. Actually, no, Scotty dies to box 2, right? Yes. Or is Scotty?
I'm not sure.
We'll see. Little thing about this room: if you're quick enough, that Ava in the top corner, it has like 2 patterns. One of them where it's rising, one of them where it's falling. If you're fast enough in the room, however, you can get past that Eva without ever taking damage from it. If you're too slow and it's falling, you can take damage, and it'll be kind of awkward to deal with, because Eva's hit a lot, and you don't want to take too much damage leading up to the boss that Scotty is on the way to. Here's box 2. Please don't tell me Scotty's box 2 PB countdown is already happening. This time is red. He's just ended 6. Yeah, Scotty's PB is out of unfathomable. Ridiculous. And actually, when you watch him run against it, it really sinks in just how quick it is. And he gets a pretty decent farm as well. Will he cook with wave core doubles, I mean. Because that's something that he goes for now. Because there is actually a setup that's a bit more reliable. It's still extremely precise. but it's actually humanly possible instead of it being a 50-50. I think it's a 50-50 eye oscillator frame perfect, just like the Fusion. Yeah,
and yet again, more rules being broken, finding the secret area, just... Samus, the amount of fines you're going to take from the Federation. So here we go, box 2, relatively easy fight. I say relatively because this is... You can do this in about 2 rounds. Scotty missing the 2-round box fight, though, and
yeah,
by 1 missile. And this is this is the last Beam Corex that we're going to be fighting before the SAX. This gets us our Wave Beam, which I will say is a very pretty looking beam.
That's a lot of damage, but it's fine. Okay. Oh, we're going to get the cat gem. So, because Scotty was in critical health when he picks up the X, which means the music keeps playing. Let's go.
Scotty's face is Scotty's just
loving it right
now.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're on low health, the health alert is playing while you pick up Wave Beam.
I'm sorry,
playing the music.
Scotty's camera is fantastic.
Yep.
Scotty's just having too much fun.
Yep. Almost dying actually has benefits to this. But the music changes as the background music now changes for the restricted zone. It was fun. Doesn't line the Metroid. Let's see where it gets you. So, fastest here, sort of time is like 56 1x. Oh, it's gotta get in
by Metroid.
54 9x.
Yeah.
So ideally you want to get up there like on average, like very high 54 or like a 55 3x, like for an average time.
Yeah, this is where we find out that there's like 10 SAXs on the station.
Yep, you only see like a few. Yeah, you don't see 10 of them. Yeah, I don't know how many you see, but that one got obliterated. It got sent into the stratosphere and dies.
It basically went boom boom.
Yep. Good fun by baria. Oh, actually, still fairly low-ish on resources, but it should be fine. 1 E-tank down isn't too big of a deal. Not having the greatest of time with the 6 at the moment, and on his way to trigger the thing. He shoots that missile really late. Has to deal with one of the puffins. So, he's gonna hit by a ripper. Interesting pattern, huh? So, box fight for baria. Going his way to Ridley. Oh, whoa. Where's he going? So, Gold Pirate's Room is one that can be kind of awkward. Oh, baria, don't get hit too long. Okay, cleans it up though. Good diagonals on the end part. Resource is kind of tough, but this is workable. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Some more health. And because Sarah Beans are Scotty Seraphine Ridley. For once a door is kind to him. Has mostly like 1 beam, 2 beams, strength.
And you're all finally able to see how OP the plasma beam is.
Oh, definitely. Especially against this boss. A lot of damage he's taking. Does get the kill, however, so... Bit of a little bit uncomfortable fight, I think I'll say.
Yep, and this is our final normal weapon, the screw attack.
Yes. Getting wonderful at the end. Oh yeah, one thing about what Scotty's been doing is when he's been killing the bosses and the core's about to spawn, since the core spawns resources at the end of it, it spawns up. I think most of them spawn resources. Power bombs bring those X into it right to the center of where it detonates. So it brings those X's right to it, so you can just wait for it, pick them all up. And it stops them being, like, running away from you or like getting really hard to really hard to pick up. So it's just a bit of a more comfortable way of grabbing more recent resources if you're like really low on health or something. He did it in the box 2 fight because he was going for doubles. Did it in the Ridley fight because he was quite low on health. Yeah, some bosses, the resources can go miles away from you. So, like Nightmare is one of those where the resources can go right at the top of the room. You can't get them, and it ends up messing up with the core fight. Powerbomb can kind of deal with that. Right, let's see how this climb goes. Oh, in a space jump. What is up?
Nicely done from Scotty.
That recovers it. So,
Scotty now just looking at the final 2 bosses, which is the SAX and the Omega Metroid.
Yeah.
So Scotty looking at about a 1... I want to say a 114.
No, just about a 112, I think. I think it'd be like a 112. 112.
Hey, look at that. I called a 112.
Oh, yeah.
Then again, I called both runners at a 112, but Baria is still going to finish at about, what, a 114, 115, which is very respectable.
I think 114 is probably gone, but very good chance of still being a 115 area.
Yeah.
First run.
Baria taking on the Golden Guardians, aka the Ridley Guardians.
Yep, Golden Pirates. Just about dealing with them, but it does take a hit. However, not really too much of a problem. Yeah, usually for 114 area, you want to kill Ridley about 107.4x, 107.5x. Any higher than that, it should be 115. So I think Baria is looking at about a 115.4x here.
Now the longest text in the game.
Adam has a lot of sweet nothings to tell you. Ooh, I'm missing a charge shot. Ridley doesn't actually have RNGs. I think his pattern is kind of based on the damage you do per cycle, and when he screams, it sort of adjusts his pattern. It's a bit of an awkward boss. It's a bit of a weird one to like sort of explain. There's a fair few weird specifics to it on what determines its pattern. Baria does get 1 double. Oh, missing.
That's unfortunate. Release the 2 doubles before the Core X became vulnerable again.
But this is very high 115 territory now.
Yeah. Which is a shame, but again, Baria's had a really good race. There've definitely been some mistakes, but, you know, Baria's had a really good race.
Considering what has been happening, not too bad of a time to get in the race scenario. What's he doing? He's not even visiting the last room again, eh? He really wanted to see that room another time.
I mean, just wanted to admire the architecture.
Yeah, it's an interesting room. It's really not, but yeah, it's interesting enough for Scotty to want to look at it again. So on his way to the sex fight, shouldn't be too much of a problem for him.
Nope. While we are waiting for the sax fight, exclamation point R in chat to follow both of these amazing runners, exclamation point C to follow the commentary team. Can we see Scotty get a 4-round sax fight?
He can indeed. 4-shot does exist. Glenn, are you in chat?
And Scotty with an amazing sax fight.
4-shots only happen if Glenn isn't in chat.
Wow.
Alright, go ahead. 2, 3, triple double, 4-shot.
That's just filthy.
Yep, as ideal as you want the sex fight to go. Also showing up the diffusion strat, which freezes the sax right at the edge in a stood position, which is what you want to get a 4-shot, because you want it to be in the same position so you can standardize your height each time. Baria as well, we'll probably see it from Baria as well. He's someone who's very consistent at the 4-shots for sex. And we're looking at about a 112.4x, I think, from Scotty.
Yeah.
Or 3x. From propulsion sequence to end, optimally, it's around 1 minute 50. And on the last room, we can timing it a little bit easier on the very last room. Because it's around 45 seconds from entering that room to finish. With low height, you cut off around a second. I think I might be a pixel too high. Yes.
Yeah.
So around 112. What is this? 2 minutes? Oh no, I've put myself in the position where I've got to do maths again.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Schmeg, didn't we run into this the last time you and I did comms? You had to break out the TI-83 count.
Yeah, we kind of ran into this issue beforehand. 112, 28. 38.
I'm just saying, can we get Schmeg a computer calculator? That's all I'm saying. Nothing wrong with the TI-83. Scotty is just... Scotty's a legend. 112...
Yeah,
it's like a 112-20 something, actually.
Mm-hmm. 2x is a lot faster than...
It's impressive.
From where this race went. But
and done. 112.26.
Very, very strong time. Very awkward run, but a strong time for this race. However, still 40 seconds behind the fastest time we've had so far. But GG's from Scotty. Very funny race to spectate. That was a good one. Good fun.
Yep, Scotty is our winner. I've marked Scotty as done. I don't know why winner's not popping up, but there it is.
There it is, yeah.
Popping up momentarily. And Baria is electing to finish.
Yeah, on his way to the fight. Should be a 45, maybe? Or 44.
Scotty is fight.
Yep. Scotty hasn't got the fastest time so far. Okay, recovers it. Poor shot does exist, it was a bit of a scuffed one, but yeah. Yeah, Scotty's at 2 112s, Monkey's at a 112 and 111. So, IGT for Scotty, I think this will be like a really low 45. Or if not, it'll be like a high 44. The ball. Yeah, technically a 5-shot, but still killed him for 4 wave shots. Counts, right? Scorpion? Yeah, I guess double. Okay. Decent enough fight. It does about recover it, but good enough. Dribbling Scotty in. Hello, Scotty. That was a very fun race. GG.
Thank you.
GG, Scotty.
Thank you.
So, how are you feeling after that one? The RNG wasn't particularly kind to you, was it?
What was it? 13 beams? It was alright.
Really? I guess
3 beams. I wasn't counting jumps. No rolls.
I think you had a 3 beam 6
like,
jump.
Yeah, 6 or 7 jumps, something like that. It's pretty average.
And the world famous 3 beams at emergency.
Yeah. That seems to happen a lot.
Yeah, I pointed out on commentary that you get either 3 beams or you get 0, and you got 3 beams, Barry got 0. So, definitely not confirmation bias, but yeah, still a fairly solid time considering some of the way the race was going. There was a lot of execution there, wasn't there?
Considering some of the things that I went for, yeah. Like trying to do reverse ice, that was just guaranteed time loss there.
Yeah, you missed Nightmare Space Boost quite early on as well.
Yeah, that loses quite a bit of time.
A good chunk, about 4 or 5-ish seconds, maybe?
I have it written down somewhere how much time that loses.
And it was very early in the data room as well, so it was like 4.
Yeah, it was at the data room.
There's a lot of missed doubles as well.
Lost that. Okay, that loses 4 seconds.
Yeah, I thought it was around that area.
To lose
through
that room.
Aria is going to be just finished the Omega Metroid.
Yep.
Looks like it's going to be about a 115 5x.
Yeah, about 54. Yeah,
yeah.
55, just about. GG to Baria then.
GG Baria.
That was a entertaining race from both sides. There's some areas for your race as well, Scotty, where it's like the health got scary.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, quite a bit scary in a couple of areas where it's like, it isn't comfortable, but just
Mm,
able to pull through regardless.
yeah.
Very solidly. It's like the not a really a great time for both standards, but for a race setting with how how awkward it was on both sides, I don't think the times went too bad at all.
All right. It was
Wow.
pretty all right.
Mm. But I did say as well, still not got the fastest time in the tournament so far yet.
Nope.
But
You, Scotty.
Hello,
well,
GG.
Baria.
Hey, jeez, Baria.
So 1:15:55 for you, Baria. How you did? GG's. And what do you think about that race? I know you commented in a chat a bit earlier on about something.
Yeah, that run was pretty horrible. But
Yeah,
it's okay. I
There's
didn't
some parts
expect to win anyway.
yeah. There's some parts where starting to clean up the play a little bit more, like a bit further as the run went on.
Mhm.
Decent nightmare segment, pretty decent segments after that as well. Box was a little bit scary. The resources went great, but I guess
Yeah.
did,
I
did
thought I
you
was gonna
really?
die after box.
Yeah, because the resources got pretty tough. Early game was kind of hard as well. Your box in early game was kind of a mess, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
definitely a time loss there.
I missed one shot and yeah.
Hmm.
I was one shot off that whole time. That I was just like climbing around and stuff.
Yeah.
What did both of you runners like about your runs?
My box 2 fight was good.
Nice. Scotty, what about you?
There wasn't anything that really stood out to me in that run.
I liked the amount of missed ledge grab.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Especially in early game. After that, it was fine.
Yeah, you cleaned up very quickly at end game. Like,
Yeah.
in comparison to like early and mid game on your run compared to what would see was like very messy. But then
Yeah,
later
yeah.
on, you cleaned it up quite quickly. There was like the areas
Later
where
on,
it's,
it
like,
was fine.
hell,
Yeah.
pretty rough, but you definitely sort of cleaned up end game quite solidly.
Oh yeah,
mean-
I did not mean to go for impossible strap, by the way.
Oh yeah, you just got it. We saw both of you go.
Was
get
wonderful.
impossible for it.
I
Great.
like accidentally started doing it and then I had to roll with it. And
Got it.
worked.
Nailed it. Yeah.
Oh, I know what I liked about my run. I liked getting the Xbox music glitch.
Oh yeah.
That was fun.
That was great. Always makes.
Yes, we did see you jamming out on your
Yeah, I
your
had
camera.
I had to double check that that the stream was using my audio, or else I would have looked really stupid.
I mean, I was.
Dancing to nothing.
I did explain what was going on though, so even if there wasn't
Yeah.
music, people would have known what was happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great moment to get in the race because it's not something you'd see too frequently. It's not really something.
It's something.
know about.
It's something you shouldn't see
Yeah,
if you're on more than one tank.
yeah, but I guess going for doubles and kind of scuffing them a bit does have that. Does have that positive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
that was
little bit
a
of
great
leeway
time.
there.
I did not mean to skip main deck missiles.
Oh yeah, that's like a habit, really, ain't it?
Did you
Yeah.
run out of missiles in one?
Kind of. Like no,
Yeah.
but I did a lot of farming, and it was very,
okay.
very slow. Not like
Yeah,
railroad
not
farming.
porno farming. Okay.
No, it's just like I stopped for the
Pirates.
crab in the water room, and then I killed a million space pirates. I
Oh,
had
I
enough
see,
missiles.
yeah.
I just got scared to get to the top with like 2 missiles.
hmm Well, if you have 2 missiles and full health, you're fine to go to the eye door.
I had like 97 HP for like a
Oh,
year.
yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, you got very good missile luck, which kind of ended up scamming you in one of the stabilizer rooms. You got
Yeah.
3 missiles when you needed 1 health drop, and it ended up
Right.
biting you. It was quite funny.
Mhm.
It was quite interesting to see, really.
Yeah, I tried to farm the space pirates on the way down, and I just misinput like over and over, so I just wasted missiles in that
Ended up
room.
shooting it up like twice or something. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you ended up missing missiles on box, which meant you had to pick up the missile on the way in 6 as well.
yeah. This is my first one phase Yakuza on Speedgaming.
Hell yeah.
Ah,
Nice.
Not one round, one phase. Like
yeah,
just
yeah.
killing it
Yeah.
correctly.
You both got the opposite. You both basically got like the switched up RNG. Sky got, I think Barry got 3 beam 2 round. Sky got 2 beam 3 round. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
my Notori was really horrible, and I'm like known for that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You did get a plasma double this time. But
I
everything
got
else,
one.
like, got 1. Progress. Let's go. Yeah.
All right. So I think we should kind of,
Yeah.
you
Right.
know, tease it here. Scotty is going on to face the number 5 seed Destructor, and Baria is going
Oh.
down to take on the Boncio. That'll be fun.
Rage and Alfonso. Oh, that
Yep.
one's actually finished. That was Rage ended up winning that. So we got Baria versus Rage to make it into top 8. Scotty
There
will
you
be
go.
playing against Destructor, who as we saw recently ended up getting 45, put himself up to 5th place. So that could be a really interesting one.
Yeah,
Good
very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
it is.
then we have,
And
you know, what's really interesting is future winner of this tournament, Schmade over here, gonna take on the winner of Mike Food versus Illidan.
yeah, and I think that's one of the 3 happening tomorrow. We also have another one happening way later tonight.
Yep, and that's Big Ohm versus Flash Frost, and that's at 12:30 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah, so that's one that be interesting to see who catches that. I can assume a fair few may not have the chance to, but still a very close race. That's probably one of the closest races in the whole tournament. That's about 4 seconds between each other's PB.
So, and then there's 2 5 o'clock matches tomorrow. That's the Monkey versus Bench Juice match at 5 o'clock Eastern, and Mike Food versus Natsiliden also at 5 Eastern.
So we'll be seeing Natsiliden versus Mustika after that. Okay. Mike's actually been playing quite well lately, and it'll be very interesting to see what he does in his next race. Because funnily enough, he hasn't done a 115 yet. Yet he's 116 and 114. So that's an interesting one to see what will happen. Natsiliden actually PB'd in his last race. But is there much else to say at this point now? Do we want to be wrapping things up?
Sure, I'll wrap it up. Is any of the runners want to say any last minute thoughts about this race, or Schmate, you want to say anything else?
Not me.
Just, GG.
All right, GG's to both runners. Schmade.
GG's to both of you two. It was a fun
Excellent.
race to commentate. So
For Gomes.
Excellent. You are welcome. All right, exclamation point R in chat to follow both of these amazing runners. Exclamation point C to follow the commentary team. Thank you all for tuning into this amazing race. We greatly appreciate it. For Baria, Scotty, Schmade, and myself, my name is Adam, AKWX Fan 21. We'll see you next mission. Latest, peoples.
Bye.
bye bye.